Hey up everybody and welcome back. This week is another great amazing sales week, and basically you will be quite surprised with some of the deals. Some of them truly are, I couldn't help but to recommend them straight off. If you could run those fingers over the like and subscribe buttons, that would immensely help the channel. And also I'm doing things slightly different this week, a wee bit different. Basically I'm doing one EU UK and then one US, one EU UK, one US, basically one after the other. That way it kind of like splits up the video, but also it makes it easier for me to find these games, because sometimes they're on sale on or in one region but not in another, and it was driving me crazy trying to find games that linked up. This is a better system if you're in like the US and you see a game and you think, oh, I wonder if that's in sale, but I've only got it under UK EU, go take a look, because quite a few times it is on sale in your region. It's just that a lot aren't. So just take a look, and if it's not, then I can guarantee it will be very soon. So let's take a look at what the offerings have this week, and I hope the new format is good enough for everyone. Please do leave a comment below and let me know if you like it or not. So let's go. Okay, so first up I have to mention Super Hot, because basically it is that super hot. It's one of the best games I've ever played on VR, bar hardly any, and it's just such a fantastic game. Basically when you move, things move, and when you don't move, they stay still, and that comes up with some pretty darn good puzzle shootery fun, I can tell you. Yep, I definitely recommend this for a full price, let alone sale price, and I think I own it 3 times. Yeah, go get this if you're into this sort of genre or gameplay, because it's just mind-blowing. Have you ever heard of a little company called Netflix? Well, they actually do games, believe it or not, and this is one of the games, Oxenfree. In fact, the second one is out this very week, which is quite interesting, because now this first one, if you haven't played it, is now reduced in price. Okay, so it's kind of like a adventure type game, set kind of point and clicky type thing, if you get my point. Now if you go onto Netflix, you can get this free right now on the actual phone. I know, because I have it. In fact, I'm going to do a feature on Netflix gaming very soon, so it's worth looking out for that one. Anyway, let me know if you're going to be picking this one up, or if you have Netflix and you're going to go for the free version on the Netflix app. And here's one I can't recommend enough, Blazing Beaks. It's one of those like dungeon crawling shoot 'em up type top down affairs, and it is bloody good. Honestly, it's cheap most of the time, so there's no excuse not to get it, and it's multiplayer as well. And if you're into this sort of genre, I mean literally, it's so much fun, and it's actually funny as well. It's it's just one of those games that you just didn't expect to actually be good. When I actually went into playing it, it just, for me, it looked good, but I thought, nah, this ain't gonna be any good, and surprisingly enough, it was. As you can see, there's special powers and things that you can pick up, and different weapons and all. It's just cocking, it really is. Go get it, honestly, just go get it. Call of Juarez Gunslinger is one of them games that basically when you see it on sale for this price, you go, no way, but way. Yes, again, it's on sale really cheap. I picked it up cheap. I missed the full price launch of it, and to be honest with you, I think it's actually worth that full price as well, which is weird, because so many games out there don't, but this literally has lots of heart poured into it, and for this price you'd be a fool not to get it. It is that good. Okay, so if you're into your sports, golf club wastelands, all right, I get it, it's not really a sport, golf is a sport, but this isn't really a sport game, if you get my meaning. But it's one of those side-scrolling kind of like mini golf course type adventure games. It's actually quite neat. It's set on different I think it's set on different planets, if I remember correctly, and each place is like a puzzle and you have to golf your way through it. It's like mini golf basically, but on a bigger scale. It's absolutely brilliant. I can't recommend this highly enough for anyone that loves this sort of like experience. It's just so much fun, and it's funny as well. I'll give it that. So yeah, go get this one. Oh, I'm recommending so many games. It's gonna be like, oh, so much money. This one is Sherlock Holmes, and it's a bit of a double whammy. And no, I'm not going to say the title because it's just, you know, why. You get 2 games in one. I reviewed one of them. It was okay. There was nothing offensive about the game. It was fun. There was plenty to do. I liked the kind of like interrogation and searching mechanics, the different like Sherlock Holmes type ways about it, and how he deducts things, doing that finger thing, but that sounds rude. The inverted, you know, speech mark thing before anyone starts, and quite so. Elementary, dear Watson, elementary. And yeah, it's quite a good fun game, and if you're into this sort of thing, which I'm pretty sure some are, I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah, and getting 2 games for 1 is always better than getting 1 game for 1. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Shing is a interesting side-scrolling beat 'em up slasher, I guess. You get to, as you can see, control 4 different players at your will, and yeah, it's got some neat little features. Something that a lot of people didn't gel with, which was the combat ability, which kind of like has you using the 1 analog stick to actually use and slash and all sorts of different things with your sword. Some people just did not like that feature, and it's okay. It's a lot more palatable now at this price, I have to admit. But yeah, it's not a bad little slasher, and I guess I can recommend it at this price, definitely. Okay, so if you're looking for something with a bit of couch co-op and side-scrolling shenanigans, then Trine is definitely for you. I actually enjoyed this game. I played it a lot. I know some of the later ones have had a little bit of bad reviews, but this game is pretty solid. It's side-scrolling, it's a hack and slash, but it's also a bit of puzzling in there as well. And I think the story's pretty solid, and yeah, I think you could do a lot worse than this. I know it's an old game, but I can recommend it. So maybe get your Indiana Jones on and pick this one up. And if you're into your go big or go home top-down shooters, then X-Morph Defenders is definitely for you. This like brings it big style. Destructible buildings, just look at that. Massive like enemies to destroy, and waves and waves of other enemies to take down. This is just a fantastic game, and for this price, oh my good grief, even if you're not into this genre and you're thinking of getting into it, this may kind of nudge you really far into the direction. I own this game. I haven't reviewed it though. Maybe I should have reviewed it. Maybe I should review it. And leave that down in the comments. This is a complete edition which pretty well comes with more or less everything that you could possibly want for this game. Just look at it. It may not look the best minted graphics, but I mean, if a game does that, I don't really care. It's awesome. Ian, thank you for joining me for this week's sales videos. It's been a pleasure making this video for you. If you've enjoyed it, please do go ahead and hit them like and subscribe buttons. It really does help the channel immensely. Also, there are loads and loads more, well, games on sale at the moment. This is Green Hell. This is on sale as well. And come join us in our community Discord. The link is down below. Take care of yourselves wherever you are, because life is better when we game together.